Wichita, Kansas's largest city, the air capital of the world. What started out as an 1860s trading post has since grown into a metropolitan area of nearly 645,000 people. Located in the heart of the Midwest, along the banks of the Arkansas River. We have our fair share of celebrities. Kirstie Alley, Harrison Ford comes here sometimes. While it may not always seem like it on the surface, Wichita has quite the art-centered and non-conventional underground. We are here to pull back the curtain and celebrate that underground. You're watching the first ever historic episode of Keep Wichita Weird, a web series that not only celebrates Wichita, but celebrates all the subcultures within it.
But what's a subculture?
A subculture is a group of people with different interests and ideologies in the larger culture they are a part of. They have specific passions that branch off from mainstream society. They find others like them, and together they celebrate their group's own unique style.
But I'm normal, a normie norm. I won't understand any of this stuff. I need to be around my own kind.
There's no such thing as a normie norm. At the end of the day, we're all just people. Things only seem weird if you're unfamiliar with them. So let's get familiar. I'm heading to the beloved hangout in the Delano district, the Vagabond. It's known for its great drinks, great people, great atmosphere. I'm here because in a few days I'm going to the ICT Comic Con and I'm gonna need a little bit of guidance. So I'm meeting with Teresa Nguyen. She's an actress, model, artist, and an expert in our episode's topic, which is cosplaying. Cosplay. The word itself has been around since 1984. It's a performance art in which the cosplayers take part in the practice of dressing up as a character from a movie, book, or video game, especially ones from the Japanese genres of manga and anime. From what I can see, cosplay is about two things: expressing the things and characters that you love, and community. But that's barely tapping the surface of the cosplay world, and I'm ready to learn more. Hi Teresa, how are you doing?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you feeling so far?
I feel fantastic.
Awesome. Perfect.
Amazing. I'm an artist and I'm a musician as well, but on the side, I am a cosplayer. I do it on like a semi-pro basis. I go to conventions like at least once or twice a month.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So it's not so much on the side, because I feel like
yeah, I guess
doing it
not.
twice a month, that's like that's like a big part of what you're passionate about. How did you get into cosplaying? What made you get started in it?
Well, growing up, I've always just crafted. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, my parents worked all the time and like I was left by myself often, so I just put a lot of my imagination and like energy into making random stuff. And I grew up like a pretty big dork, so like I love anime and I love comics and video games, and I think I got inspired by seeing like the early Comic Cons, props that people were making from like foam. Didn't like actually cosplay the stuff. I was just making props, and then some of my friends were like, why don't you start like actually doing the full thing. What
advice would you give to other people who are like super shy, introverted, but have a curious part of them that kind of wants to go out here and do this? Any tips for those types of people?
Cosplay is a great outlet for you to get out of your bubble. I mean, it's essentially like an alter ego that I put on when I'm Rezi.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Are there any myths, like viewpoints people have who have never done cosplaying that are inaccurate, that like you have to explain to people, no, that's actually not true?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they initially hear cosplay, if they're already not in like the nerdum like culture, they think it's something like sexual, which it can be, but I think
Almost anything can be.
absolutely. But like it's also okay to like be sexy in a cosplayer. With me, like I like being sexy, but I also like doing pure like wholesome characters too.
No one likes being put in a box. Do you think there's any hate from within the community?
The number one thing with the hate is against like people of color or POC.
What would you say to someone who does have the opinion of like you have to be the ethnicity of the character you're cosplaying? What would you say to that person?
I would just be like, bro, why are you mad?
Yeah.
Why are you mad?
Are there any cosplaying bad habits that you wish you could tell the cosplayers that like maybe people that are new, like don't do this?
Let me tell you, we're some procrastinating people. Just like that stress, but also adrenaline from like making a like the last minute like cosplay, but like pulling it off, like it's a rush.
It's a rush.
But it's like terrible.
Like don't do it.
I feel like my heart is gonna explode like every time.
So your advice would be don't do that, but it's also a rush and it feels really good when you accomplish it.
I know, I don't know if that's
great.
like an advice or not.
Are there any good habits you'd recommend new cosplayers that they definitely keep in mind?
Really learn to do basic sewing. When I first started out, I did a lot of like seams with hot glue, which is still like, you can do it, but you
Might
know.
fall apart on you.
I drink so much water, just keep drinking water.
Okay, keep
like,
hydrated.
But like you're wearing whatever you're wearing and it's usually hot because there's a bunch of like
Layers.
sweaty, smelly people around you and you're probably one of them and it's just like, you need to hydrate.
Well, if you're really hydrated, how hard is it to go pee when you have all that stuff on?
Oh yeah. Have a pee hole like in your cosplay. Like just make sure you got that unlocked.
Plan ahead for the pee
Yeah,
hole.
like whatever flap you gotta have. Like
Cosplay tip, pee hole. You mentioned that there's a few bad apples, and I
Yeah.
know you kind of briefly brought up some topics earlier. What are some things that if you could just get rid of completely that would make the community just perfect? What would some of those things be?
like the race issue, like I'm not about that. Like I don't support that. I mean, as a person of color, and an Asian female, it's a different type of racism versus like my like brown or black brothers and sisters. They have a whole different like set of like judgment and hate. With me being an Asian female, it's oftentimes I get like really fetishized, whereas like people who had like darker skin tones, they'll just actually get like hate crimes. But you know what we all need to have is empathy.
Are there things besides cosplaying that kind of define who you are? Like, what are you outside the cosplay world?
Outside of cosplay, I am a mother. I have a 7-year-old and I have a 15-year-old stepson. As a mom, try to show them that like even as a parent, you can still do fun things and like not really have to give up your entire life to like just parenthood. You know, like I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, but that's societal
you still want to keep
norms,
your hobbies because like once they're out of the house, like who are you? I'm also like a musician. I'm in like 3 bands. I play drums in Grindhouse Peaches. It's an all-girl band. Rival Clicks with my fiance, and then Concubine is a like heavier band. I like scream in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find you in all aspects of your creative life?
My cosplay name is ReziRuan. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
So I'm going to the ICT Comic Con, and I really want to cosplay as something, so I'm going to need your help in that area.
Absolutely.
I've only cosplayed once in my life, so I'm trying to come up with inspiration of what character I want to do, and I want to do a twist on it. So I made this very jankety spin wheel. If this is any indication of what my cosplay is going to look like, I'm my creative crafting
as long as
skills,
you have fun.
right? Some of the characters on here: Luigi, Arnold from Hey Arnold, Bob Belcher, Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, Velma from Scooby-Doo, Barb from Stranger Things. But I also have these subcategories to make it interesting: senior citizen, steampunk, apocalyptic, gender swapped, and gay pride. Give it a good hard spin flip. The suspense is killing me. Gay Pride Luigi. Wow. I am so happy it landed on that one. Thank you so much, Teresa, for coming out. It's been so much fun. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come and hang out with us.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. As Teresa and I make our awkward goodbyes, I now have an idea for my own cosplay. I only have until the weekend to put it together, and there's one place I know for sure will get me into some cool new threads. It's a beautiful rainy day in Wichita.
I'm going to help her find her gay Luigi.
Let's do it!
I think.
My name is Doug. This is K's This and That. My mom started this costume adventure about 1971, so we've been in business about 47 years.
Did you ever come here as a kid and like spend time just as
Oh yeah.
So you spent your childhood in
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I went to school right across the street from the shop when it was over there. Would come over for lunch and hang out with mom and that.
What kind of customers usually get in here?
All kinds. Anywhere from just straight Halloween customers to cosplayers.
I'm constantly hearing about this place, and whenever I talk to people about cosplaying, it's like, that is the place to go. What's your favorite part about working in such a unique business?
The customers, the clientele, yeah. Sometimes they just get so excited about doing something. It's just really fun.
Who's this little guy?
That's Merle. He's the shop cat.
Merle. Is he your security? Well, thank you for letting us come in here and explore and walk around and see some stuff. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Get you. Need a hand? So what exactly should I be on the lookout for, per se? Because I feel like there's some iconic pieces to look. For example, the hat. The hat. The mustache. Oh, we got even more over here.
Yeah, there you go.
Boobies and booty over there. See, why spend so much money on plastic surgery when you can just
throw that
on underneath an outfit? Better get used to it. Where she's going.
Oh, we got some mustaches.
Ooh, mustache. Which one of these do you think is the most Luigi out of the mustaches?
We got the rainbow mustache.
That is almost perfect. That might be a good little...
Does that look like the Luigi mustache?
I don't know.
Oh, do you need eyebrows? Like thick Luigi eyebrows?
Let's not go too far. Is there any part that I could use this for? We're at K's This and That, where you can get this and you can get that and this. You know, like when he does his thing. I love hats. I will try on all the hats. Which honestly I could wear on just like a fun, casual night out, I feel like. Honestly, it doesn't look half bad. I know. I was kind of doing it as a joke, but you know, doesn't look horrible.
Oh. Okay.
I think you look adorable.
I just need some wind.
Did you ever see Gilligan's Island? Back in the hammer town, my fame so true. Starting on this traffic pole, I'm born this tiny ship.
So I was kind of looking at this one that you could spray paint.
Spray green? Ooh, or it could be like Gay Prime Luigi, you know what I'm saying? It's raining!
Oh, here, look at this.
Nice!
I got your suspenders.
Perfect. 50 Shades of Grey, right?
50 Shades of Gay.
50 Shades of Grey. Man, there's so many hats. The other day I was looking for a costume. I don't know what to do. Baguette. Eiffel Tower. Ooh, could this work? No. I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no. Remember that one level where he turns into a chicken?
Hey, there's one of these hats, Monica. It's green. It's not identical.
That's like Robin Hood Luigi. There's like even a spot to put like a feather in on this side.
Then let's put a feather.
Oh, you look like my mom. Doesn't she?
I guess this is kind of the hats your mom wears. I just need a banjo.
You know, I feel like on this production I'm wearing way too many hats.
Sun visor.
Oh yeah, let's if I'm hosting a poker tournament maybe.
You
that would work. Oh my god. We found it. That's Luigi. Should he be like armed? Where's that leather hat? This could also work with the leather hat. Come hang out with Luigi. Come bond with me. Get it? Bondage. Might work for like hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper?
Hamburger helper. He has the gloves. The little hamburger helper guy.
What guy is on the hamburger helper?
There's a guy on the hamburger helper box with gloves like this.
You don't want the big gloves?
I want to hold things, Jessica.
What are you holding? What do you
A
need
pen,
to be
maybe.
holding?
If I have to sign something.
Do you have-
Autographs.
Okay.
On my fans.
That's reaching. But
Doesn't
if you don't want,
So there are rainbow suspenders, but I think we should stick. If
Stick
it's
to the
too
Luigi.
rainbow, then it's like Rainbow Man.
oh my god.
Should I go with the whole leather thing?
I think you got lost in
Fine.
the hat. I really want to get. At night he sang to me, in dreams he came.
Huh? Pretty good.
Wanna try some wigs on?
Sure. Do you want to try some wigs on?
Oh. Is it everything you imagined?
This is everything I dreamed. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. That really works for you.
I think it does.
You look
Like a new
amazing. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
I think with these pieces, we will be able to put together something pretty cool. So I might get these from you. Now that I have the pieces I need for my cosplay, the time has come to wade into the deep waters of Wichita's cosplay scene. Join me as I venture into this community at the one and only ICT Comic-Con and Science Fiction Expo. We're going to dive in and find out what cosplay is all about. We're here at the ICT Comic-Con Science Fiction Expo, and we're gonna go talk to some cosplayers. So here we go! Can you tell me your guys' names?
My name's Jude.
Leo.
Tim.
I'm Paige.
My name is Brooke. Gallian.
Jim Dixon.
Well, my name's Kevin Hansen. I'm like Captain Small from Cosplay.
Who are you cosplaying as today?
Right now, I just have some gore makeup on. For you, from Death Note. I'm still made.
Why do you Bakugo?
I am Katana from Mortal Kombat. Danny Phantom. How long have you been cosplaying?
6 years, I think. 6 years.
I would say on and off for about 5 years.
3 years.
Since 2008. 7 years. Well, I've been in cosplay since I was about 16, and I'm 29 now.
Tell us how you got into cosplay.
I just love costuming and acting and things like that. Theater class.
I was into costumes before cosplay was cosplay.
I had an anime club, and they were having a Halloween party. But when I met him 4 years ago, it turned from costuming to entertaining.
I was always the one during the Halloween floor, so we had the best costumes and stuff.
Went to another convention just to see her, and she was engaged to another guy.
It's just fun to put costumes and to see like what it ends up becoming and being able to do it all on your own.
And I mean, she's just a friend of mine. We hung out, ate Buffalo Wild Wings, and I went back to my hotel room.
I feel at home. And then it was like, you know what, I'm gonna try cosplay next year.
Shot a mouse balloon at a giant guy's head by accident. He makes balloons, and he made me a little tiny mouse. So we're at Buffalo Wild Wings. We were at Hooters. And then we got married at Smallville Comic-Con.
So
Adorable. We were cosplaying as Joker and Harley, and we made the news. And after we made the news, a lot of people were like, "Joker and Harley are abusive. You're inspiring abusive relationships." And I was like, no. We actually fight against abuse, and I speak at women's shelters.
I mean, a lot of people play villains and like doesn't mean that you're a murderer.
well,
Yeah,
I just said,
exactly.
chill the hell out. This is not reality. Word for it.
Gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping.
Ooh, tell me about that one.
You're gonna get some fans, and some of them are gonna be elitists.
I did a femme version of Han Solo, and when it comes to gatekeeping, the gatekeepers are like, Han Solo can never be a woman. And you didn't do the blood stripes right.
They'll try to stump you on the stuff.
Obviously, you're not Han Solo without the stripes. This is wrong. That's gay.
Then you got others that, no matter what you do, you're not gonna make it happen. Those people
Cosplay is for everyone. You can do whatever you want in cosplay. It doesn't matter how you do it.
Would you say the good outweighs the bad?
Yes, absolutely. No matter what industry you get into, there's gonna be drama, there's gonna be backstabbing, it's gonna happen, doesn't matter what you're doing. Good about it is you see those children walk up to you when you're in costume and they're like, oh my god, I'm meeting. Like yesterday I was Princess Ariel. These little girls and little boys are like, oh my god, you're the real Ariel, where are your fins, where's Flounder, you know? How did you get here from the ocean?
If the bad outweighed the good, there wouldn't be conventions.
Yeah.
We're talking probably 1 in every 100.
Well, what would you say to maybe people who are nervous about that? Going into cosplaying for this first time, but they're afraid of criticism, they're afraid of trying something new.
Cosplay is for everyone. You do whatever you want, make your costume, buy your costume, it doesn't matter what you do.
What advice would you give people trying to get into costume making and cosplaying for the first time?
Just do it. Short and simple. Buy them if you want. Hand make them.
Try not to get into like too intricate costumes.
Just do it and have fun with it. Do what makes you happy.
Younger kids go in your dad's, mom's closet, it's find what they're not wearing and turn it into something.
Don't be stupid and make a duct tape bald cap.
I remember that year.
Rough.
But if you enter a contest, don't expect to win. Just do it. Have fun.
Don't do that!
Go to a thrift store. Go on YouTube. Go cosplay DIY on Google.
Just go for it. Get started. Watch all the tutorials online.
Do it. Go in your closet. I mean, my first Harley cosplay was pajamas.
Don't be afraid to do it.
Buy a couple of tubs, plastic tubs at the same time.
Concealer before liquid latex.
Take care of your wigs, put them in a plastic container or something like
Wash
that.
them.
Wash them, because cats seem to love cosplay things.
Obviously, we have 2 cats. I don't know where that came from work here, but we've got 2 cats.
Always bring a repair kit. Like glue gun, a sewing kit. I even have rivets. I have hole makers. I have string.
Like any other cosplayers, basically, if you make it, be proud of it. If you buy it, be proud of what you got.
Don't worry about everybody else, because the second you start worrying about everyone else, you're not going to have fun anymore.
We don't make, we buy.
He says that, but I make a lot of mine.
The makeup alone was 3 hours. The rest of the costume, a couple weeks.
I've made my own wigs, which is really hard, but it's worth it.
I love the character, so it was worth the work.
Are you afraid that your house is going to look like a serial killer's dungeon?
No, never. I mean, it probably already looks like a serial killer.
Scalps everywhere.
Hug your mother.
Wig heads and
Hug your sister.
body parts.
Hug your grandma.
And
I'm a cosplayer, I promise.
Yes, I'm a cosplayer, not a serial killer.
And hug you too.
How long have you been cosplaying?
So, cosplaying, I feel like it's definitely a subculture. It's a community of people. Why do you think this isn't just a casual, fun hobby for a lot of people, but it's where they find their identity and it's where they go and where they find community?
Just like, any fandom, like if you think about like sports, they're like cosplaying too. They go
That's true.
stadiums, which is like a convention. They put on their jerseys, their face makeup, they're cosplaying. The nerds have to unite, It is overall like just a great community for people to come together and be who they really want to be.
Community and belonging are what's at the heart of any subculture. Sometimes people or groups can seem weird or foreign to us, but usually that just means we have an opportunity to expand our understanding. Once you get to know someone, you often discover that you have more in common than you don't. And that's what Keep Wichita Weird is all about. Celebrating a new subculture and learning about the people in them in every episode. My name is Monica Biltz. Join me next time as we continue to keep it weird.
Keep Wichita weird.
Stay weird! Keep Wichita weird, man!
Keep Wichita weird.
Keep Wichita weird.
Keep Wichita weird. Keep Wichita weird.
Yeah, see, we messed it up.
Keep Wichita weird.
Keep it weird, guys.
As much as there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed in the community, but it's just like a few rotten apples, like within
And overall,
the orchid, or the orchard. The orchard. A beautiful,
you got bad apples.
great apples.
you got your good orchids.
I feel like that's a Wally. I don't know why it's reminding me of Wally, but it's got like a life of its own.
Oh my god.
It's not right.
Let's just cut to that shot where it's going like that.
Have my friend I was with take a picture of me just like hovering like in front of him in line to have a picture of me with him, so it's kind of like a meet and greet picture.
That's awesome.
But then I'm gonna have him sign it. But it went like horribly wrong.
Hey everybody, we're gonna find out who won the coveted free t-shirt at our Wichita Weird booth at the ICT Comic-Con and Science Fiction Expo. Shake, give it a little mess around here. Zoe Canada, which is an awesome name. Congratulations, Zoe Canada, for your awesome name and the fact that you got a free t-shirt.